Chapter 14, 68, Ice Path, Crystal Essence, Translator, Atlas Studios, Editor, Atlas Studios, Southern Border. A mild rain was drizzling. There was serenity amidst the cold winds. It was dusk on the green mountain ridge. On a nameless mountain, a huge pine tree with a cone shape had already grown for 6 years on this location. Soon, in an hour, I will be able to refine rank 7 pine needle immortal gum. 6 years of hard work. Rank 7 secluded cultivator Zhongqing thought in his heart with anticipation. He was a wood path gu immortal. He was using a wood refinement method this time. Even though it took a long time, he was using the technique of Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable. The success rate was very high. Zhongqing was originally immortal. When he was finding firewood one day in the mountain, he fell off the cliff and landed on a huge lotus that was within the valley. Through a fortuitous encounter, Zhongqing inherited one of Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable's woodpath inheritances. After working hard on cultivation, he became a gu immortal. He slowly cultivated and rarely went out. After hundreds of years, he became rank 7. He had a peaceful nature, one had to say. Genesis Lotus's true inheritance was really suited for him. When refining gu this time, he turned into a pine tree and stayed here for 6 years through rain and shine, slowly cultivating while ignoring the changes in the environment. Rumble. At this time, from deep under the earth, he heard a loud sound, like the screaming of countless beasts. What is going on? Zhongqing heard the sound and became alert. No way, my gu refinement method comes from Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable, be it the process of refining gu or the final moment. The process is natural and mystical. There is no way I will be exposed. Thus, this cannot be a case of enemies coming to snatch it. Wait. Zhongqing was first suspicious before his heart jumped. He thought of an answer. Months ago, he had also experienced such a situation. That time, there was a huge earthquake. It was as if there was a huge python rolling around in the ground. Even though he was unharmed, the event shocked Zhongqing deeply. After that, Zhongqing connected to Treasure Yellow Heaven and learned that there was an unprecedented earthquake that involved the entire southern border. Is this the same thing? Zhongqing's guess soon got confirmed. Like what he had expected, this was the same type of earthquake as before, but the size of it was far beyond Zhongqing's imagination. Rumble! A terrifying earthquake seemed to devour everything. The world was shaking like the apocalypse was here. Huge trenches were created that extended for millions of li. Zhongqing was very unfortunately, the nameless mountain that he was on was being devoured by a trench. The mountain collapsed. Zhongqing wanted to hold on, but he reached his limits. He had to return to human form. Even with his superb mental state, he still wanted to vomit blood. His 6 years of hard work had gone up in smoke. What is this earthquake? Why am I so unlucky? Sigh. Suddenly his bloodshot eyes widened immensely. He saw that the immeasurably wide trench had a mountain-like rock. This rock was orange in color. It was also crystallized. The surface had countless holes that were large as houses, while some were small as fists. A large amount of yellow smoke was spewing out of these holes unceasingly. The smoke became thicker and soon turned into soil. The original orange-yellow crystal rock was covered in a thick layer of soil in a dozen breaths of time. Zhongqing breathed roughly. He had Genesis Lotus true inheritance. He knew what this was with his knowledge. This is the Earth Path Crystal Essence in Huland. This is a rank 8 immortal material. Ah, wait. Zhongqing's investigative killer move looked further. His eyes became wider as he shouted, Did I see wrongly? Not just the Earth Path Crystal Essence. There are also jade scales, earth hole traveling flame, spring thunder condensed dewdrops. These immortal materials were very valuable. They were also of a huge quantity. The feeling of failing the gu refinement had already been forgotten by Zhongqing. He started to get busy collecting these precious resources. Northern Plains, Langya, blessed land. Fang Yuan cultivated his sword path killer moves. Sword path killer move, triple layered sword wave. Swish, swish, swish. The dazzling silvery waves were crashing unceasingly. 3 layers of waves swept forward with unparalleled sharpness and power. Immortal killer move, formless flying sword. Flying sword. Immortal goo shot out rapidly. It vanished in an instant due to the extreme speed. Fang Yuan could accurately sense the location of flying sword immortal goo, but others could not. This was one of Bo Qing's signature killer moves. Immortal killer, move cloud flying sword. Fang Yuan clapped as a large amount of cloud fog appeared and rapidly expanded. The power of the sword had no form or limits. It could not be intercepted. Without any solid matter, it could not be resisted. Immortal killer, move 10,000 Li flying sword. Fang Yuan pointed as sword light flew out like a rainbow, shooting towards the sky, traveling several thousand Li in the blink of an eye. It was extremely accurate. And the final move, immortal killer move. Five-finger fist hard sword. Fang Yuan clapped and placed his palms in front of his chest together, before his right hand's fingers curled up, as if he was grasping endless sword light in his hand. Next, he raised his right hand up toward the top of his head. First, his thumb straightened. With a swoosh, an extremely sharp sword light flew out and pierced a hole in cloud-covered continent. Next were his index and middle fingers. They extended and two sword lights shot out with terrifying night. But his last two fingers could not be stretched. After three sword lights, Fang Yuan had to stop the killer move. After some practice, Fang Yuan stood on the spot, collating his experiences. These last days, I have already finished modifying the sword path killer moves. There are a total of 5 moves. Other than triple-layered sword wave originating from Langya sect, the other 4 moves came from Bo Qing, and I have already modified them. Sword Path's situation is inferior to Wisdom Path. I do not have as many Sword Path Immortal Goo compared to Wisdom Path, and my attainment level is far lower. My modification is limited. The power is about the same as Bo Qing's original version, especially the final move, Five-Finger Fist Hard Sword. It used to be renowned throughout history. It was a move that shocked the world. But I can only use 3-finger sword lights. That is my limit. At the same time, the power of the move is only at the peak of rank 7. If I can use rank 8 Wisdom Sword Immortal Goo as well, the Sword Path Killer move will reach the power level of rank 8. Unfortunately, the Wisdom Sword Immortal Goo was very hard to use. He needed rank 8 Immortal Essence. Fang Yuan was not rank 8. He could not produce rank 8 Immortal Essence at all. Fang Yuan had 3 rank 8 Immortal Goo. They were Attitude Goo, Years Flow Like Water, and Wisdom Sword Immortal Goo. Among them, Attitude Goo was a legendary Immortal Goo written in Moore, The Legends of Renzu. It had a very low requirement to use, Years Flow. Like Water was slightly worse, but its effect depended on the quality of the Immortal Essence used instead. Wisdom Sword. Immortal Goo was a normal rank 8 Immortal Goo. Even though it belonged to Fang Yuan, it needed rank 8 Immortal Essence to activate. Thus, Fang Yuan had a lot of room for improvement in Sword Path. But at the current moment, he had reached the limit of development in this path. After finishing the practice of his killer moves, Fang Yuan did not want to waste time. He returned to the Cloud City and started to work on his Immortal Aperture development again. Sovereign Immortal Aperture, at the extreme north of many northern plains. Snow was falling, the air was cold, snow was deep and thick. The atmosphere was entirely different from before. Howl! Howl! Occasionally, several snow monsters would pace around the snow and emit strange screams. And at the extreme north, there was a mountain-like crystal rock. This rock was blue in color. It had crystallized texture. The surface had countless holes of varying sizes. A large amount of cold and icy smoke was spewing out of these holes unceasingly. They were changing the environment to a great extent. Ice Path Crystal Essence. It was an extremely rare rank 8 immortal material that originated from the secluded domain of heaven and earth. It was rarely seen in the market. The first time he saw this Ice Path Crystal Essence, Fang Yuan sighed. To think that the Snowman tribe had such a valuable thing in their treasury. But Fang Yuan soon understood why. Even though they were living in difficulty now and were in a tough spot, the truth was, after so many generations of cruel competition, how could the remaining snowmen be simple characters? At least, among all of the Snowman tribes, this was a high-quality batch. They were merely trapped here now. Even though their current situation was bad, they had their former glory. The ice path crystal essence was the important part of the third gift from the snowmen. As for why these snowmen suddenly showed such sincerity, Fang Yuan knew without needing to guess that it was because he defeated the immemorial desolate beast, myriad head-coiling dragon. The scene was recorded by Sure Air, who sent it back to the tribe. Of course, this was Fang Yuan purposely allowing her to do it. He wanted to see that happen. With this ice path crystal essence, I can create a production line of snow monsters. In time, this will be a new source of revenue for me. While he was thinking of the future, Sixth Hair transmitted to him. Sect Leader, Heavenly Secret Immortal Goo's refinement has reached the crucial step. Please come over to refine the goo personally. Fang Yan was instantly alerted. If he could refine Heavenly Secret Immortal Goo, he would be able to learn about the following calamities and tribulations in advance. Any goo cultivator would know how important and significant this was.